What's up, guys? So today's video is just me feeding the dogs, basically. I process meat all the time for pet food for other people. Also process for myself. It's not a what's the right word here? It's not a pretty job, nor is it going to be a very pretty video or pretty content. So this is your warning ahead of time. If this is not the sort of thing that you want to see, which is me essentially cutting up the possums and portioning them out to feed to my dogs, now is your chance to sort of go ahead and skip this video and come back for another one where I'm trapping or shooting or something else. So the two dogs in question today is Cora, Boss over there, my two, and just as if on cue, they come over, little stars. You want to be a little YouTube star, Cora? Oh, you do. You do. Look at you. You're hungry. You can't come in here. You're not allowed in here. We'll just pull this latch. Pull this latch here. Keep these two goobers out. So we've got the boss. Hey, boss. And Cora. Alrighty. So we've got these two possums here. They're not going to eat the whole possum. Alright. They do get other food on top. This is just to go their food, a little bit of a change in diet. Now, those possums are sitting there thawing because I pre-froze them for the last 2 to 3 days. I've had too much on, then wasn't able to get to them in time. I've had them pre-froze. I've got Jessica back there sorting out my water. We good? Yeah, but we're good. Turn it up a little bit to push all the air out of the top valve. Sorry for the interruption there, guys. I've just put in a new water line that feeds my processing plant area, and we're having some troubleshooting issues with it a little, but we're getting there. Yep, now back it down a little. Did you do that? So you blasted and then backed off. Thank you. Rightio. Right, first things first, you're going to want to take a possum. Now, there's many ways to do this, but this is the way I do it. So this guy's pretty stiff, it's been pre-frozen. Right. Now I'm completely aware this video will never be monetized. I'm also completely aware that a lot of what I'm about to do isn't supported by YouTube. I don't get it. We're coming up to times where people have forgotten where meat comes from. People have forgotten how to be self-sustainable, self-sufficient, and look after themselves. This is the sort of content we want to be promoting, guys. Not this brain rot stuff. Alright? Teach people how to survive. So, first thing I do, grab a good old pair of the secateurs. I come up around the tail here. Harder when they're frozen. I take off the tail. It's completely edible, as is for the dog, but I'm going to skin it out first. What's up, Jessica? Oh, thank you. Rightio.
Is that me done?
Yes, that is you done.
Alright.
Okay, thank you. So we take this tail, we're going to set this off to one side. Alright, now we've got feet. These feet, dogs cannot eat them. The claws on them are too dangerous, too sharp. They will perforate the inside of your dog. So you're going to come around again with secateurs just beneath the wrist. Nice sharp set, really works. Alright, put that foot there just for a moment. Alright, and we're going to go like this. We're going to take this foot off. Like that. Into the back feet, same thing, except not wrists obviously because it's back legs, which means they're ankles. Now, if your possum's frozen together like mine has now, it can be a bit hard to access the ankle. Right, you got them. If you can't do that, you can always lay them on a chopping block and send the machete through them. Alright, feet gone. Now, just realised skipped an important step for some of you other guys. This is a whole ungutted possum. The place where I acquire my possums, well, the ones I use for pet food, is TB free. It's totally TB free. It's also Canadian bait free. So I don't have to go through and gut. I don't have to check. I don't have to check a bunch of stuff. You guys may. So I'm not going to go over that. I'm not going to cover how to do all of that, but essentially you gut it and you're looking for abnormalities, okay? I don't need to. It's also going to my own dog. Alright. So now we've got the feet off. Look at this. Alright. We're going to take his feet. We're going to toss them down there to the offal bucket. Now, because this guy's frozen, I can't really do what I'd normally do. Normally at this point, if they're still fresh, I'll take my hand and I'll push here at the rib cage and I'll roll my hand that way, push towards the rear end, sends the gut that way. Then I can send a machete through the chest cavity, you see, and I get no green gut. Pretty smart that. No digestive tract, I only get the vitals up here. Then I'll take the head off. And then, you know, we can't do that today because that's still a bit too frozen. So instead what we're going to do, we're going to take our, you want to shut me water off please? Still got to get a tap figured out for this end of the water line. So we're just going to take our handy dandy homemade little choppy knife here. So we can't do a full split on this guy. I'm just going to come in. This guy's still a bit too frozen, I think. Alright, we've marked that out. Alright, plan B. This guy's still a bit too frozen. So we're going to lay it over here on this rack. Move this out the way for a moment. Lay that guy on the rack over there. Let him thaw out a bit so we can manipulate him while we do that. And good thing we got a second one. Oh, steady guys. Alright, so yeah, same process. Take the tail off. It's the same basic thing with the feet. No, alright, this is one where we're going to have to machete him. Alright, just come over here to my chopping block. Alright, one swift motion. You don't want to hit it over and over and over because you'll break the bone. You want to cut through the bone, not splinter the bone, okay? Right, now this guy's got his hands up around his face, so it's going to make my life a little more difficult. I'll get my secateurs in here to take that hand out. Awesome. And leave enough gap there, mate. Oh, look at that. Get my hand up in that one too. Two hands to split them. They can be a bit thick. Front feet are off. So we've got the head left. Right. So that guy there is also too stiff to do much with. Sit him there to thaw for a moment. Right. So while those are thawing, alright, there's no such thing as taking a break. Might as well do some work on these tails. Don't need them fully pliable, fully thawed. Just need the tip end, this end, to be a bit pliable. Right. Doing tails is actually pretty easy. And first things first, just going to take your I'll use a chopper. Take a blade or a scissors, secateur, anything. Right, now you're going to take, look at your own finger, first knuckle, second knuckle, somewhere between your first and second knuckle in terms of length. And you're just going to take that tip off that tail, throw it out. Alright, it'll become apparent in a second. That's the way we did that. Right, then you're going to take Stanley knife, box cutter, craft blade, X-Acto knife, whatever you want to call it. One of these buggers here. Preferably not the kind with the safety feature in it, where if you bang the tip, they slide back. I'm telling you now, you'll cut your fingers. Stupidest invention. Anyway, ask me how I know. You're going to take the tail. Well, you can see this. I'll see if I can do it a bit closer to the camera there. No. Right, so basically what you're going to do, you're just going to take this and you're going to cut. Not very much of it, only about that much of the blade actually. So see how big my blade is from this point to the tip. Like that. I'm just going to go down the skin there. Just enough to open them up. So I'll do that for you now. You can push as hard as you need to, it doesn't really matter. You won't push through and ruin the tail, you'll actually hit the little bone in the tail and go around it. Which can make it a bit easier to do this next step. Right, now that you got that, if you've got nails on your fingers it's easier, but if you don't have nails it's probably more hygienic. You're just going to take that little split that you've done, you're just going to open them like that. You're just going to peel back just a little, like that. Alright, and take a pair of pliers, like this, a bit of fur off them, and just peel, just a little bit, just peel it back and wiggle it, peel it back, wiggle it, peel it back, wiggle it, right? Kind of like peeling a meaty banana. You're going to wiggle just until you can get enough of it there, right? And you got just a little bit of that tail sticking out, you're going to grab that with this set of pliers. You're going to grab a second set, which Jess so kindly brought me over before. Alright, you may lose a little piece off the tail, doesn't matter. It's just to get the most of it started. Now that you got it started, you can grab the two together, like that. A bit harder when they're frozen, they don't peel out quite as easily. So it might get a tear in it like that. That doesn't matter. As long as you can get your tab started again, grab your tail, grab your pliers. I use just a standard pair of linesman's or flat nose pliers. There are actual proper skinning pliers that you can buy. Since I'm not doing tail skins into anything, I'm not worried about pulling the skin off in pieces, okay? Right. And once we got that, it's one tail. So I'll do with this what I do with my commercial ones, and that's send a blade through it, make them into two pieces for the dogs. Alright, now, in all my wisdom, I got distracted here. My bins are in different places to normal, so a new station. I put the hands in the wrong bin. Right out. So now we got these. I'm just going to lop those in that bin up there. These bits of skin go in the offal. That just gets tiffed out after. Alright, and then the second tail. Just repeating the same process as before. Break the skin from the underside. Careful not to slip and cut through your fingers. If you're young, nothing against your young fellas going out and doing this, I actually like that whole idea. But if you are young or your knife skills aren't the greatest, maybe get dad or granddad or uncle or someone to do this bit, please guys, because yeah, it's a bit hard to set traps when you're missing some fingers. Alright, so I've heard anyway. I'm not missing any of mine, touch wood, that never happens. Alright, so I'm just going to break that skin away again. It's the same thing. There you go. As they start to thaw, these guys are starting to thaw now, you can smell them. And that's exactly what I was about to say. As they start to thaw, you'll know, you should be able to smell them thawing out. It's not a bad smell, it just smells like possums. If it was a bad smell, you've done something wrong somewhere. In which case, abandon the mission, and don't feed them to your dog. Rightio. I'll do this one barehanded, I think. If I can get a grip on it. Slimy little beggar. Ooh. I mean, you can split the tail all the way up. I just find that's more knife work than necessary. Normally I do these when they're fresh, so it's you know, a lot easier, and they come off in one swipe normally. As I said, I've been busy, and I intended to feed these two particular ones to my dogs, just didn't get the time to get around to doing it, so they've been in the freezer for a couple of days. No harm in freezing them for a couple of days. Still just as good. Alright, now we got that one. same process. Don't worry about all the fur and crap that's on it either, because you're going to wash them. Well, I hope you're going to wash them. Alright, do that. Split them into two. Sometimes when you split them, you get a little bit of sinew on the end. That's alright. That's just the what do you call them? Like tendon, ligament, whatever. That stuff that controls the tail doing the whoop whoop thing. Don't really matter. It's still edible. Alright, chuck those over there. There's for the two dogs. Our tools. Alright. So now we're just going to use. This is nice clean fresh water here. It's nice cold water. Just going to give them a quick rough wash. Lay them out over here. 1, 2, 3. Missed one. There's one back here in there, Cora. Back here in the bucket. So I got tomatoes there too. It absorbs all my runoff water. So just gonna take those and just sit them there just to get a little of the extra water out of them. And they'll be going to the dogs in a minute. The rest of it is for their dinner. She already knows. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him over there. You're not getting one unless he gets one. Boss, hungry? Want some food? Do you want food? Come here. Off my gate. You just want... Rightio. I'll show you how this goes. So I'll save the tips. They can go with their dinners. They can get one of these each now. Alright. Over here. Sit. Good dog, Cora. Alright, here boss, he's a little fussier. Here big boy. There's the tail. You want a tail? You don't want it? Oh, come on, Mr. Fussy. There you go. Hey, two totally different dogs, totally different personalities, man. Yeah, she'll eat hers and then she'll try and pinch his. Okay, so I'm back. We've let these guys sit now and thaw for 2 minutes, half an hour. They don't take a lot, but now he's more pliable. That's what we're looking for. So, back to where we were. So what we're going to do is, see the elbows here. I've got that mark that I made earlier, the elbow here. So I'm just going to come around the elbow, like this. Like that. Alright. And we're going to come across the main chest here. Now this is the part where it may get a bit messy, by the way. Alright. Come across this side the same. Basically symmetrical cuts. Alright. So we've got that. Now, if it's fresh I wouldn't need to do this because it's partially frozen. I can cut part way. I'll push down. Same on this side. And essentially, I can break them in half with my hands. Doing them pre-frozen is cleaner because you get no fluids everywhere. Alright, just a little harder. So now what we've got left here, I'm just going to get graphic. It's just the chest goods. The lungs, the heart, that kind of stuff. You can pick it out if you want. Not necessary, but it can be. So we're going to set that off there. The head still needs to come off that half. Alright, but other than the head, it's essentially finished product. Now, put the chopper to the side. We're going to need an actual knife for this bit because we're going to work around the digestive tract. We don't want to split that because that'll stink. Alright guys? So, depending on the way your possum's folded, you look at your back leg. Right, where are we? You got the back leg, and this is what we want. If you come up here and across around the ribs here, about here, there's a bit of back meat that you can take out as well. So you can take, it's a bit hard to show you. You can take from sort of here, and you come back like that, down and around, and you cut the leg off, and you come up and around here, and cut through the ball joint. All right. So that's what I'm going to, essentially, that's what I'm going to try and show you now. So, following the line up here, like that. Same over this side. Like that. Right. and then I'm going to come into the buttock area near the bung. I said bung, yes. I'm going to come across and then sort of up the backbone a little. Now that could have gone deeper and closer to the backbone. I'm trying to do this to show you how to do it, rather than being overly fussy with the quality of my cuts right now. Normally, if I'm not doing the shit on camera, the results are different. Alright? I'm pretty bad at having a split focus. So if I'm trying to multitask, me focus is pretty much gone. Right, I'm going to do that on this side. So we've got one side done. Potentially just going to do the same thing up the other side here. Like that. And then again, because they're frozen, maybe I spoke before I acted, I shouldn't have done that. But again, because they're frozen normally, should now just be able to pull, and you should split. And of course, because I said it before I did it, it's not going to happen. So yes, there are benefits to doing them frozen. There are also downsides to doing them frozen. No, alright, let that guy thaw a little more. He's got his cuts in him. Once he thaws, should be able to twist and manipulate. Alright. And with that guy, we'll let him thaw more. I'll try and show you a slightly different way of doing it, so I can double up on the educating here. Alright, so we're going to bring this guy. We're just going to move his head to a forward position. We'll take it to the chopping block. One smooth cut. We're going to take the head off. Always get a little bit of skin left afterwards, no matter how smooth of a cut you make. Take that head, goes in the offal. Now we're going to open up these front legs. Oh, there goes one of the bones, there goes another bone. Right, so we've got them open up like that. We're going to lay it on its back like this. We're going to send a machete through it this way, so that we're splitting down here like that, okay? I'll do that now. Take 2 or 3 chops doing this one. Alright, so we've got one side half off him. Just a bit of chunk meat. That can go to the dog. It's perfectly servable. This piece here, servable like that to the dog the size of mine. Alright, and this is the other half. Now what we're looking for is this. It's a backbone. The ribs come off in that. They're not too nice for your dog to eat. Alright, personally I like to remove them. You don't need to, but it's something I prefer to do. We're just going to use a little homemade choppy chop blade here. Peel that out. So when you look at what I cut out, you're not actually losing a lot. It's mostly bone. Offal it. Alright. That it's all good. Healthy nutrition for your dog. Put that bit in there. Alright. So now we got those. Come back here. Take another look at this back end. Just gonna whip my knife back round through all these cuts I already made, just to see how much I've loosened it up. Now some of you may argue that there's more meat up in the torso than that. There is. Very minimal for the amount of work you're going to put in, okay? Very minimal. So I don't bother. Oh yeah, she's good and frozen tight, that one. Right, just gonna send it in, I think. Send that bit down it. Alright. Split across the saddle here. Oh, no, we're getting it. She's coming loose. So yeah, like I said, it's because it's frozen. Sometimes I have a little extra work on the frozen guys. Yeah, saying I didn't get the gut because he was frozen. Did exactly what I was saying I try and avoid doing. So I'll show you now. Because he's frozen, it's not so bad. You see this browny green? That's gut content. Because I wasn't able to manipulate his gut around. If he was fresh, I could have pushed it away from the back legs. Same when I did the front, you can push it the other way. Alright. So that's going to add a bad smell to things once that starts to thaw out a little. At this point, I would stop if this was for human consumption because, well, it's got no good stuff in it now. Because it's only for me dogs, they're not too phased. The only danger as to the gut bag and why you don't feed the dogs is possums can tolerate certain plants that your dog cannot. So it becomes a health hazard to your plants. We've got wasp. Bag her off, buddy. Bag her off. Nothing here for you. Alright. So as long as we scoop all that out and we wash it all nicely, it's still good for the dog. Alright. That's because I also cut it in the wrong place. I wasn't trying to take that whole back section off, you see. So this is more of a what you shouldn't do, I guess, on this first one. Shocking considering I do this for a job. Alright, so we're just going to try and get around that gut portion there that I split into. There we go. Yeah, today's video is not going quite as planned. Yeah, alright. Now we're going to get them open. Now, going to cut down on the inside of the back leg. Like that. There we go. So that is what we were after. Bit of a messy way of doing it. But we got there. So you're just after that whole back leg. I'm going to toss that over there into that bin. Into our keep bin. Alright, I'm going to run a knife down through this guy. Yeah, and as I say, guys, if you're young and you're keen and you're enthusiastic about the trapping, that's awesome. But if your knife skills aren't the greatest, or you're just not very well versed in knife work, have dad or uncle or older brother or somebody else do this part for you, please. Just because it's all good to catch them, but you can't catch them, you got no fingers, guys. Right, so that one there come out a little cleanup. That's what we're after essentially. This piece of bone here is the end of the leg bone where it goes into the hip joint. You want that ball still on there. If you smash it off, this bone splints much like a chicken bone. It becomes dangerous to your dog. If you give them to them like this, they'll break them up, sure, they'll chew them up, but so would a wolf on a small animal like a raccoon. And your dog's gut content, like the acids in that, are not very different to that of a wolf. They do digest them, they do break them down. But if you give them anything pre-splintered, it increases the chances of perforating their insides, alright? So, that's one done. What we're left with may look like a bit of a waste, but when you really go over it, it's not. Because if you have a look here, that's gut, and that's gut coming out that end, and that's just a hip bone plate. Alright, so that's all the wastage of that. Now, before we do the next one, take the scrape tool here. It's supposed to dry stuff scraping off anyway, so it can all just be scraped down there. Awesome. Okay, this whole area will get a wash down afterwards with water. I do a lot of stuff off camera. So, back to what I was saying. It might look like a bit of waste, but it's honestly not. The thickness on the skin and meat here, meat and skin and fat all up, is only about 4mm. And then if you look at the thickness at the top there, that's actually mostly, that's backbone, and that's all mostly rib. So, unless you're mincing it, don't feel too bad about hoofing that bit of out, alright guys? You're not going to get a lot out of it. Alright. So, Now this guy here should be thawed out quite a bit. Yep, look at that. Basically the same thing. Well, we're going for the same results, but we're going to do things slightly differently here. So first off, we're going to move his head, manipulate it. Yep, like that. So we've got a nice clean shot at the neck. And then yep, those will break if I try and move them too much. Alrighty. So off with the head. Head off. Right. Now instead of hacking and splitting that one, I did the last one, we're going to go for just legs. So I'll show you how to do that with a bit of knife work. Coming into the armpit with your knife, cut on a slight angle towards where the neck area was that you've removed, like that. And stop, roll them, and then come on another angle up and behind. You'll see like the shoulder, come in and around there. So you come up through here and separated. Now you want to come up and around through here. All right, like that. Yep. And then starting here, no, because you got your head off. Remember, see the spine. Come just to one side of the spine slightly and head towards the back. And link up your cuts. Right. And once you've done that, you should be able to open them up. And the difference in these results too, you guys will see why I use the two different methods. That's the front leg. Looks tidier, but you get less off it. Alright. I'm about waste not, want not. So once I do this guy with a knife and break them down, anything that's still edible to my dogs off camera will probably be hacked up with the machete and fed to them as well. So this is more about how to and how not to do this. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same process on this side. Follow the leg up, come across to the spine. Same thing on the underside. Follow the leg down, come up to the neck. Better practice, you'll get better and better at it too, and you'll get more meat and different results as you go. But essentially, when you're beginning out, this is how you'll get it. It's another leg. Simple as that. Two legs. But if you take a look, it's not really even. We've still got a fair bit left on there. And at the back end, same as before. Come a little further up on this guy, I think. You can kind of feel the muscle groups too. So as I say, the more you do this, the more familiar you become with what you're doing and sort of how you go about doing it. Ooh, I'm that familiar with it that I know that that little slip there potentially just perforated. I shouldn't have done that. That is what it is. Down on the angle underneath. Down on the angle underneath. Yeah, and I did. I perforated with that knife too. I swear these guys are easier to do when they're fresh because you can manipulate them more. They're cleaner when they're frozen, due to the lack of liquid blood and stuff. Yep, no, we definitely split the whole cavity on this guy. Alright, but that's the joy of having them frozen. We don't have so much to clean up. Alright, that's all of that. Normally, my method is pretty much gut-free. But of course, Murphy's Law, the one time I go to film it and show it, you get nothing but gut. Alright, so anyway, get some of that gut out of the way. I'm just going to split this down here. As I say, normally I would have pushed that gut right up out of the way, you see. But it's just too frozen. Alright, so we've got that split in the middle down there, down there, down there. Good to go, good to go, good to go. We're going to come in, we're going to find his bung, which is there. I'm going to come across the back of these legs here. Yep, like that. Right, link up two little triangle cuts. And come out the base of his tail with another cut. Go straight down. Now let me know, this is definitely not the way I'd normally do this. Like I just said, it's Murphy's Law. I'm filming, trying to show off the way I'd normally do something, and everything goes sideways. Right, so now that we got that bung out of there, yes, I did cut through the bowel to remove the bung. Again, pet fooding, it's not that much of an issue. But in doing that, it has allowed me to get access to the bung area. So I can take this, a little wiggle and a slam, should be able to use that to punch out everything from the back end. Yep, get them punched out. Right, now that means let's just cut right through. So now that he's all punched out, although he's still got innards in him, all those innards should now knock out and into the offing. And like that, there goes all his tract. See that little frozen bit in there, eh? Always got to be one more little bit that doesn't want to play ball. Rightio, get him emptied out. It's one little bit that I'm having trouble with here. I'll just might come in and split this pelvis a bit. There we go. Now I wasn't fracturing or splinting bone just then either. I was chopping through the meat so I could break the bone apart with my hand. If that doesn't make sense to you, I'm sorry. But you'll work out what I was meaning the more you do this. Right, so now we've got that open up and split out. Put our bung tool back, pliers all back. Stuff all there. Okay. Now, so there's a lot of bone in this, backbone in that. That's also still quite a large piece. So now we've got them all split down. I'm just going to break them apart. Break them up into smaller and more manageable bits for the dog to eat. This came from the warehouse. It was originally a full-size meat cleaver. I ground it down to serve this exact purpose. left with that piece of back saddle. Alright. So, out of those 2 possums, we get that to go between my 2 dogs. And, as I said, this is not even the method I use when I'm commercially doing them. This is the barbaric method. Same as in the video where I skinned one to eat. Use the barbaric method. Why? Because I'm not going to go above and beyond and give it 150% when it's only for my own dogs and my own consumption. Like I say, when I do it for work, it's totally different. There will be a video of that coming at some stage. Right, but the problem is when I'm working. Okay, so just for the sake of this video, we're going to weigh all of this so we can see how much we got out of those 2. So our scales are already teared off. They automatically tear themselves off like that once I put the dish on. So we're just going to load this guy up. And we have, and this is in grams for you American guys, so you have to do your calculations, alright? We have 1,280 grams, so 1,280 grams. So 1.28 kilograms, guys, of high quality, good nutritional value dog food. Alright, now you can feed it with skin on like that, or you can feed it skin off. I do both. Today, like I said, it was a barbaric way of doing it. It's pretty lazy, so they're getting skin on. Alright, so the next stage in this process is you can take all your little bit of meat over here. You take your nice bucket of cold water. And you're going to let it sit. Hose just washes off any extra crap. Alright. Put all your tools back where they need to go. After you've washed them, obviously. So those will be getting a wash very shortly. Put the scales back over there so that Jessica doesn't rip my head off. Alright. Now we're going to transfer over here to our packing station. So, when it comes to packing this for my own dog, it's not as crucial because it's not commercial. So it's a bit different here. It's all just basically going to go into a bag. But we're going to take this rack here, we're going to sit it over here. We're going to drain off most of this water now out of this bucket. When that drained off most of the weight, we're going to take our bucket here. We're just going to take all these bits out. Lay them up here on this rack. Let them drip out a little bit. Once I show you this water, you'll kind of see why I'm doing this. Alright, so that is why we do that. Some of it's blood, some of it's dirt, some of it's all sorts that comes off the fur. So that's what we're left with. Plus those 2 bits of tail which I've put to chill. I did that segments of this video. Rightio. Put this up on this side now. So we've got that there. I'm going to take water. I'm just going to use it to water my new grapes that I've got starting over you guys. we're very much a waste not, want not mentality around here. All my wash down water goes into various gardens, veggie gardens and produce, which I eat myself. And it's everything, all my water, my gut bags, everything. I don't waste nothing. Check that out real quick. Alright. And bucket back there. So we'll need a wash down while those continue to drip dry. Just going to take any tools here that I did use. I'm going to add them to this bucket. Now I know when I leave this area that those are going to go with me because they need to get clean. Now, this is for my own dogs. I'm just going to go with the old plastic bag here. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, what, a plastic bag? What a waste of a plastic bag. I know, it's out there at all, we don't really have these no more. Fortunately, yours truly's got access to quite a few of them. They come in real handy, guys, they honestly do. But only if you're not leaving them to blow around all over the whenua and go into the water, alright? Now, we just can take this, chuck it in this bag here. Because we've got a weight on it, we know how much is here. I'm pretty bad at math, but it was 12.8, I believe it was. Half of 12 is 6 and half of 8 is 4. So it should be 640 grams per dog. So I've got the 2 dogs. Now some might argue they're totally different breeds. One's a lot bigger and then you get more food. Well, no, because it's about what I want out of my dogs as well. They both serve 2 totally different purposes. The little brown dog I use for a bit of hunting, tracking, finding, all that sort of stuff. The big white boy, I had to slim him down a bit. He's getting a bit big. He's yard defense basically, and property security. He's friendly as all, but he just looks the part, I guess, guys. He barks. I keep him nice and big and staunch. Stops anybody getting the wrong idea, come snooping around this way. So anyway, so we're going to split that in half, and they get half of that each tonight for their dinner. So I also let it drip off, so it's not marinating in its own water and juices any more than it needs to be. So we're going to pair that up for each of those dogs with their remaining section of tail, and that's their dinner, which I'll show you here in a bit. Alright, so now, a couple hours later, dinner time for the dogs. So, we have Cora's bowl here. Cora, we're going to go with one chunk. That bigger chunk goes in the bowl. That one. Oh, I'm filming. That one there. Oh, yeah, cool. Thank you. Now I've got these ones here. That one can go to the boss, that one can go to the boss. Alright, got that bit there. That bit there. And that bit there. And we've got our tail tips. One of these each. On top of there. On top of there. Right, so now we have, this is for Cora, which is, we got here 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 5 legs and a tail tip. And for Boss, we've got 1, 2, 3 legs, back saddle, tail tip, some rib section, and some nice organ meat. Let's go and see how they like it. Okay, so now we're going to serve up these 2 their dinner. We'll see how this goes. I'm just going to close my door. Come on, guys. Come on. Over here. Back, back, back. They get a bit boisterous at dinner time. Alright, so we've got Boss's plate. Cora, out. Cora, out. Boss. This is Boss. Good boy. Cora, over here. No, you get away from his dinner. Come here. And this is Cora. Yeah, Cora? Cora, sit. Good dog. It's yours. Eat him up. Eat him up. It's yours. You're going to be silly, aren't you? Because your mother's not here. So, formerly this is actually Jessica's dog. But they're both mine. And so she has trouble eating sometimes unless Jessica's the one that fed her. So yep, there we go. No complaints. You happy, boy? You happy, big boy? Yeah, see that? They power through that stuff like it's nothing, guys. Yeah, even her, smaller jaw, smaller breeder dog. She's going for the tail tip there. Hey. So yeah, your dog can eat it. My dogs can eat it. If you've got a smaller breed, like a Bichon or Chihuahua or Pomeranian or any of those, you can still feed them possum. But I recommend mincing it or cubing it, dicing it. So boning it out, and cubing or dicing. Alright, you two enjoy your dinners, eh? I'll let you back in when you're done. Alright, if they're happy, I'm happy.